No one was better at navigating the intricate web of politics and bribery than Alexander Wu. He had mastered the art of greasing palms, knowing which pockets to fill and which promises to whisper. For years, his name echoed in every backroom deal, his fingerprints on every major construction contract. He was untouchable, or so it seemed. When the grand project to build the longest bridge in the world, spanning from Europe to Africa, was announced, Alexander saw his next conquest. The bridge, designed to stretch across the treacherous Gibraltar Strait, faced opposition due to its risky location. Unstable ocean currents, unpredictable storms, and deep waters made it a monumental task. Yet, Alexander knew he could get his piece of the pie, the largest share of the construction contracts, with the right bribes. But then came a complication: Monica Amari. She was the heiress of a prominent political family, recently appointed to the board overseeing the project. Stunningly beautiful with the elegance of a runway model, Monica was the final gatekeeper, the only person Alexander couldn't seem to sway. Her reputation was as untouchable as her beauty. Monica was principled, hard to impress, and completely immune to his usual tactics. Where others folded, she stood tall, unmoved by offers that would make most people's heads spin. Alexander found himself captivated by her strength, and by her. For the first time in his life, he was facing someone he couldn't manipulate, and it drove him wild. He realized he didn't just want her signature on the contracts, he wanted her. Determined, Alexander turned to his greatest skill, seduction. He courted her with relentless charm, blending sincerity with just the right amount of flattery. Slowly, Monica began to thaw. Their flirtations turned into late-night conversations, dinners overlooking the ocean, and stolen moments of vulnerability. Alexander was falling for her, in ways he hadn't anticipated. 1 year later, Monica, now his fiancée, held the deciding vote for which construction firm would be awarded the contract for the historic bridge. On the surface, everything was above board. But behind the scenes, Alexander had worked tirelessly to ensure his company got the contract, orchestrating backroom deals and pushing the right buttons in secret. On the day of the bridge's grand opening, Alexander and Monica paraded across it in a limousine, celebrating both their marriage and the completion of the largest bridge in human history. The world's eyes were on them, cameras broadcasting the event live, as the newlyweds traveled toward the middle of the structure, where the two continents met. But nature had other plans. The unstable currents beneath the bridge had been underestimated, despite warnings. Just as their limo reached the midpoint, a violent surge of water, driven by a sudden storm, ripped through the supports. With a deafening crack, the bridge began to buckle. Panic spread through the convoy, but there was no escape. The section of the bridge beneath their limousine collapsed, plunging them into the roaring ocean below. Alexander, holding Monica's hand, had a moment to realize that everything, the deals, the bribes, the manipulations, had led to this. The ultimate irony. His carefully constructed empire was swallowed by the same forces he thought he could control. In the depths of the ocean, his ambition finally met its end.